What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an all-new Let's Play Rome 2 Total War. We are continuing where we left off, and I believe we have 3 legions, 1, 2, and 3, all about to head west into Mauritania with the entire goal to take over this province and convert it to a Latin and Roman culture. Now, we also have a 4th legion, which I believe is Arcana's legion, protecting Rome. So all we necessarily need to do is basically just gear up our forces. Once we conquer Mauritania, we're probably going to start taking Cisalpina. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong. And so ultimately just trying to grow our empire. I am a little concerned about Libya. I would like to make that ours as well. But we are literally, we have 3 different options, and I'm not necessarily too sure where the best way to go is. Looking at our technology, we are currently unlocking a common currency, which is going to give us a lot of additional wealth from all of our regions. And unlocking a market, a better wine shop, and a slaughterhouse. Looking at the public order inside Africa, the Latin culture is going down, which is very surprising. I was not expecting that, and by any means, so that means there is some sort of agent here doing work. I do not see him at all. Well, the reason why I say this is because we have a civil municipium, which gives us 4 Latin cultural influence. Maybe this is just an issue, but you would think the Latin culture would continue to rise and rise and rise, and I believe... Well, even civil towns upgrading to civil colonies don't necessarily improve our culture either. So that is a little bit of an issue, but that will change over time. Looks like our public order inside Fazania is obviously going down as well. But I believe our cultural differences will change. Provincial instability will go away. Once our wine trader is constructed, we're going to get another public order. So let's go ahead and end this turn. And our next turn, we are probably going to be marching towards Isle. Now, that's assuming that we can basically, continue to sail that far. I keep getting emails. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Gotta clear that. Now, I probably need to start building up our navy again. We haven't necessarily declared war on Dimity or Isle. We have our patrician. He is now rank 7, which now means better taxes. I think what we're going to do is move our way. We still aren't taking attrition if we're on the road. And so now we are a little bit closer. We haven't necessarily trespassed just yet. Oh wow, the road goes down. Was not expecting that. Thought the road would go this way. I don't want to take any type of attrition, so let's go right to here. We are trespassing. You know what? Let's just move as far as we can. In fact, I might even force march ourselves. Can I continue walking? Yes, I can. I just don't want to take any type of attrition. And it looks like I'm fine. Can we force march ourselves as well? Yes. So what I'm going to do is make my way on over. We are trespassing again, but we are now near an oasis.
Ready for orders. Advance.
And both units are going to be fine. Next turn, we're going to take Dimity. Let's go ahead and... I don't want to force march, but I am going to make my way closer and closer on over to Isle. Now, they do have a pretty large army, and our army isn't necessarily experienced. No one's taking attrition. We have a lot of coin. So let's go ahead and improve whatever we can. So looking at Latin culture, it's still going down, which is not good by any means. But once we go ahead and construct an additional, once we get 4 population, I probably will build Thapsus into a bigger city, building a consecrated ground. Looks like our public order went from -4 all the way down to -1, which is still bad, don't get me wrong. But I believe over time, this public order is going to, you know, obviously benefit us very, very soon. Going to go from negative to positive. So I've got a lot of coin. I don't know what I'm really going to be improving. I obviously could get much, much better herding grounds, but unfortunately we would lose a lot. We would get a lot of money, don't get me wrong, and we would get more food, but now we would get public order issues, and I'm not sure that's really what we want. Technically, we're going to go from -9 all the way down to +5, which I guess isn't bad. And we are building up our trader. Actually, we have another one, so it's going to go from +5 to +3. But we're going to be making so much more money, and I really think that's what we need to do. Should I construct 2 additional ships just because I can? I think well, I guess I can only build 1. I don't want to build anything weaker than that. I see that we have an enemy navy near us. And next turn... See, I don't think I need this Shrine of Jupiter at all. So let's actually disband this. And next turn, I'll probably build something. I don't know what, but probably like a trader. And I'll try to get a wine trader if I can. I don't know for sure. Let's end this turn. Looks like we did not upgrade our patrician. And he should be able to get better taxation. Yes, it is. 15%. That is phenomenal. Alright, once we take our legions off of forced march, we are going to be declaring war. And I get that as of today, I believe this is going to be 5 or 6 days in the future of where you're actually going to be viewing this episode on YouTube. But I still do not have... our patrician died. I still do not have a name for our 4th Legion. So if anybody would like this Legion named after them, this is the Legion 4 of Africa. We obviously can make that happen. So let's go ahead. We still took attrition. That is sad. Was not expecting that. But I guess it's because we are in enemy territory. So let's go ahead and do a normal stance. We did not take any attrition while being on a road. That doesn't make sense. Why would we take attrition? I guess it's because we were off the road. But I just assumed because we were in lush green farmland, we would not take attrition. So we want to have a normal stance, and we are now going to march to Dimity and declare our war. They have 2 different provinces, so we're going to be fine. Actually, I feel like they have a lot more than 2. We have declared our war. In fact, we could probably... Oh, whoops, we've already captured it. Well, that was ridiculously easy. Here is the Imperium. So ultimately, as we grow our empire, we get a lot of additional bonuses. And right now, the only thing that's really improved is we can now get 2 additional armies. We only have 4. And we can get 1 additional fleet. Right now, we only have 2. So that really doesn't help us at all. Our general has increased in rank. All of these units, I guess, are just going to get stronger and stronger. And what we need to do is destroy this, destroy all of these areas, and actually make this horse guy, you know, become a village that actually improves our, what's the word? Is actually Roman and not of a different culture. So what's actually cool is if we build this building for the rest of the game, we're going to get 5% cavalry speed everywhere in our empire. So that is really awesome to see. I can't necessarily march straight on down to Isle yet, unless I forced march, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It looks like, though, the Dimity have just conquered Isle for us, and now they're all probably fairly weak. Let's move in our forces. We should be able to just outright annihilate them, but one of my biggest issues is I really don't have any type of experience. So let's just go ahead and do an assault. And I feel like this isn't really going to be all that challenging because I have ballista. We have very heavy melee infantry rather than medium infantry. So, and their generals and cavalry are fairly weak, so they can't really damage our ballistas. I think we're going to be fine. Alright, this is the 4th Legion of Rome that was obviously constructed inside Africa. And if you would like to leave a comment, I will gladly name this legion after you. Weather conditions, let's go ahead and dry is fine. And I do also want to point out, this is how I was expecting Africa to look. Oh, whoops, I waited. I don't like how it's dark. Let's start deployment anyway. I was expecting Africa to look more like this because we've got a lot of palm trees. But then again, I just find it a little interesting. And, you know, all of the buildings look very different compared to when I was assaulting some of these other areas. I really like all of the details that the game puts in. Alright, so I guess we are fighting a night battle. But I am fine with that. Let's go ahead and bring all of our ballistas. We're going to fight like this. One cavalry unit will take the side. The other cavalry unit will take this side. Both of our triari are going to basically be like linebackers. All of these units can make a single file formation. They are facing the wrong way, which could be bad. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and start our battle. It looks like they do have some naval units, and because we're assaulting, we're going to be the ones that are most likely going to be moving. So what we're going to do now are take these units, or better yet, let's take about 4 or 5. I'm going to go like this. You two can go like this, and this unit can just guard our flank. I don't think anything's going to happen. Our ballista have the capabilities. I don't know how far they can fire, but I know it's a very long ways. Here comes their cavalry units. We are just... I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. I didn't know that ballista... I guess it's just cavalry, but the environment gets destroyed too. There goes a lot of their cavalry units. We're probably going to throw some spears out in just a moment. This unit only has 18, and these are actually mercenaries. Well, these units are, so they cost a lot more money. I love these ballistas. It's phenomenal. Alright, everybody is taking damage. These are the only cavalry units they have. And we still have our cavalry units if they do manage to try to flank us. Let's take this group, try to do some sort of additional formation, try to funnel them through. Man, all of our ballista are just annihilating troops. This particular unit has killed 33 already. Alright, I see that they are shooting us already. I'm sure these African elephants are going to get damaged. But I'm fine with this. We have very heavy armor, so we're not going to take too much damage. 1 or 2 units might die, but the pack will survive. There goes one of their elephants, crashing to the ground. Actually, 2 of their elephants. So they do throw spears. Now, I believe this is their general, too. Looks like one of our artillery has already been improved. And if you're curious, these are what Principes look like. They do have different shields. This guy has blocked a spear. That's actually really epic. And this is basically how I like to play. Because I'm a cunning general, I am going to be ranking up my artillery rather than, you know, somebody who has an authority-based general. And so the main difference is somebody who has a zeal or authority-based general would send all of their units in, they would pursue, but I like to pay a little bit more money and have very heavy armored units that don't really do all that much damage. And then basically the idea is many of these units won't die. And so once we run out of ammo, that's when I go and attack and assault the enemy. I love how these... It's just so awesome. Like, I love these graphics. It's absolutely beautiful. And the best part is this game was literally only, I would like to say $5 or $10. I'd like to actually say $5. This game did come out about 4 years ago. And because it's really single player... you know, ultimately, the game is beautiful, but sadly enough, it's not really, there's not too much replay value. So that's why no one necessarily keeps buying this game. There's multiplayer, but you can really only do so much compared to other games. Alright, we are almost done. Whoops, we are almost out of ammo. And so now what we're gonna do is bring our armies. I think we're gonna go after these Carthaginian hoplites. I don't really want them going in yet. I'm gonna wait till we are definitely out of ammo.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we are about to charge. You guys are going to go here. You guys are going to go here. Throwing some spears. Oh my goodness, that did a lot of damage. Okay, we still have some people guarding our left flank. You are going to move up just a tad. All of you units are going to move up as well. Alright, let's take one of our cavalry, move him up. This cavalry will continue to press the offensive. And I would say that we are ready to charge. Let's charge their back lines, though. Because most of these units are going to flee.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Alright, everybody's still attacking on this flank. We've got some cavalry units that are probably going to march their... Uh-oh, that looked like enemy troops. Nope, they were trees. So what we're going to do is make up our cavalry lines, I suppose. Actually, we could probably destroy these infantry while we're here that are trying to rout. Okay, bring our cavalry on up as they are about to do a charge. These units can make their way on over. All we gotta do is walk, there's no need to run. And these units can make their way over as well. They are on cavalry, so they won't really lose all that much, you know, tired, or what's their word? What's the word?
One of our units is used.
How tired they are, I guess. Exhaustion. Alright, I really do want to do a cavalry attack from behind. And I absolutely will. We've lost 2 cavalry already, and that's fine by me. So what we're going to do is create ourselves a formation. And then we're going to try to assault this unit from behind. They only have 105 units. In fact, it would probably be better to hit this unit from behind. But I guess we're going to go with this one. Let's double-click. Go into cinematic mode. I think they're going to break because we're attacking from both sides. But I definitely want to leave. So now that I've done my damage, I want to leave. And I don't know if we really killed anybody. But ultimately what I think happened, because these heavy spear infantry are definitely going to be very armored. But they definitely are losing a lot of morale, so I do like that. We are losing troops as well, but we are going to be preparing. I guess we could just kill these units. All of these peasants that are trying to run away. Taking them down one by one. These units can assault from behind.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
These cavalry can make their way into the city. I think this is a church. Imagine having a house like this. I think it's a church, though. It is very beautiful. But that might actually be like the governor's house or something like that. And I wonder what this is way up on the hill. Is it a rock? Yes, it is. And sadly, we can't look at it. I just love all the sheer details in this game. It's absolutely beautiful. You really can't go wrong with Total War games. This is what our Triarii look like. These are the heavy armored, very heavy armored spear infantry. And I'm starting to be curious enough. I wonder if I should build just spear infantry. Because they're more heavily armored, I probably would not lose as many troops. But the idea behind that was, you know, ultimately, no one's really going to take all that much damage. But the only downfall is I would lose less troops. Well, I guess there's victory. I would lose less troops, but they would cost more money. And spearmen aren't good against swordsmen, so if they were attacked by swordsmen, they wouldn't do that well. So let's go ahead and end this battle. A decisive victory. I now own 2 provinces inside Mauritania. We lost 236 troops. A lot of our ballista have gained experience, which is phenomenal. That's exactly what we wanted. And it looks like we also got some experience as well with some other soldiers. Okay, so now we own Dimity, we now own Isle. All we need to do now is build up some cultural buildings and try to swing the culture in our favor. So what I need to do is go ahead, let's just dismantle, well actually, let's go ahead and build up a port. This can be a logger's village. And we get 5% wealth from industry and 40 timber. So now I think what we need to do is let's go ahead and build up a consecrated ground. And I think I am going to be building up a meeting place as well. So one, the Latin culture is improving. I do like that. And actually we probably need to look at Rome or Brundisium because I destroyed a building. Yes, I did. So what we're going to do is build up a meeting place, get some public order. I'll probably get like a wine trader or something. And because I've got more money in Cosentia, I guess we could upgrade this market settlement into a market town. We're going to be getting more growth, which is fine. And I guess that's it. Okay, so looking back at everything we conquered, the idea is we already have a consecrated ground, we already have a meeting place, but I think I might actually build, I don't know what I'm going to build just yet. I'll probably build a farm, I'll probably build a trader. I only really need 1 consecrated ground, but we are going to have to deal with some public unrest, at least for the time being, and sadly, there's really nothing that we could do about that. Should I build any more naval ships? I think I can. Let's actually bring you out of port. And what we're going to do is basically just build about 2 additional units. And let's go ahead and look at our faction. So it looks like this unit is an important character and he requires attention. Your general is seeking permission to sail down to the Cloaca Maxima. He feels the spectacle will provide distraction for the people and display this impressive piece of Roman architecture. If I allow him, it may prove costly, but the people will enjoy the spectacle. Yeah, I think I will allow him. I have -3 gravitas per turn. Maybe it'll make a difference. And it looks like we're gaining more and more senators, so I do like that. Looking at the House of Julia, can I secure any type of promotions? Yes, I can, but I'm out of money. This one's free. So let's move him from a... I wish it would tell us what he is. He is now a military tribune, and that should have been free. The next one will cost money, but I believe the idea is we're going to get more and more influence. Let's end this turn. Looks like we have a lot of units that have gained experience. All of these legions. Looks like our cunning general is getting stronger and stronger inside the 4th Legion, so obviously he was weak to begin with. Looks like our general has improved. I want better logistics, but we can't do that yet. So let's go ahead and get some better campaign movement range. And it looks like that is all. So let's end this turn. No, we can make another edict. Let us do that. Our most powerful provinces are probably Carthage and Rome, so I'm going to put the edict for tax harvesting inside Carthage. So we're making 3,015 coin. I'm guessing it's just going to get better and better. But when we look at Rome, we're making 6,125. So I think that's kind of broken as well. So anyway, I guess we're going to end this episode. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.